All right. So, if you are ready, we can begin, sir. We can begin.
Yeah, definitely we can begin. Hello, Adarsh.
Hi, sir. Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
All right. So, Adarsh, can you please tell me what is the meaning of your name?
Yes, sir. My name means ideal, a person who upholds its principles, sir.
All right. So, all right. So, like, do you uh, in some other language you can also call it as role model, right?
Yes, sir.
So, like, so do you see yourself as a role model for maybe a school going child or a college going goer? Like, definitely you must be having some qualities. So, can you tell me three qualities of yours which a school going child or a college goer can adopt?
Yes, sir. One of the quality I believe I have is with respect to honesty, and another one is with respect to the multitasking skills, where I can handle multiple things at a time. And another thing is with respect to leadership qualities, sir, where I can be a role model.
All right. So you mentioned about honesty. Can you tell me some
Yes.
example from your life where you upholded this principle of honesty?
Yes, sir. I even if someone is not watching, I have tried to uphold my principles. That shows my honesty. And also, apart from that, whenever I find some abandoned notes or abandoned purses, I try to help the person, whomever I can, to get these things back. That's examples I think I can show as my honesty, sir.
All right. All right. So others, you have been like I can see from DAF, you have been consistently working in tech industry since your college,
Yes,
like just after your college, right? So
yes.
how are you managing this rigorous UPSC preparation along with the job?
Yes, I was having 2 years from work from home, so it was fine for having some times for UPSC preparation in between my work. Also, apart from that, during my working time, I used to put some extra effort and sit for complete with complete efficiency so that I can finish my work on time and shift back to studies as soon as I can.
So any changes you did to your routine or something specific you can share?
Yes, sir. I haven't used much of my time for entertainment activities. I have came away from movies, traveling, etc. And also, I was starting my day around 6 o'clock and staying till late night, 11 o'clock, etc. So these were the changes I have done.
All right, very impressive, right?
Thank
So okay, others these days, the AI is on the rise, right? We hear the
Yes,
application of AI on almost all the field. So can you
yes,
foresee some of the application of AI in the domain of forest conservation, wildlife conservation?
yes, sir. I have seen an example from a Chennai-based startup where the AI will be able to utilize and reduce the human-wildlife conflict, sir. For example, they can predict the wildlife movement and also train the camera trap such that the animal will be identified. So, such a way, human-wildlife conflict can be avoided. And also, we can help in training the cameras and drones in such a way that the correct for if we are able to see a photograph of a tree or what kind of vegetation, we can train it in such a way that it will improve the quality of the photographs and quality of the data it fetches, such that we can give a data based information for
All
forest
right,
conservation.
all right. So like apart from this, can you think of anything else?
Yes, sir. From with respect to AI, we will be able to improve the certifications, I believe, sir, for the forest and sustainable management of forest also, sir.
All right. So like one of your hobby or interest is also traveling, right?
Yes.
But before this preparation time, you must have traveled. So where all have you traveled? And tell me two or three of your favorite places.
Yes, sir. Few of the places I have traveled is the Himalayan foothills or the cold desert Ladakh, and also another place is the coastal area of the Gokarna. And another area is the pristine Western Ghats where the Coorg is there, and also one of the national park I have visited is the Matigatan Shola National Park in Kerala, sir.
All right.
And one of my favorite destination is Ladakh itself. With
All right. So can you tell me something about something more or something unique about the forest of Kerala?
Yes, sir. One of the unique feature is the Shola grasslands in the mountainous regions of the Kerala, and being the Western Ghats region, it is one of the pristine areas where the wildlife and the tree species are found. And few of the main tree species include the Artocarpus species and the Mangifera species, and also the Tectona grandis species, Tectona grandis. And one of the oldest teak forests are found in Kerala, sir. Teak plantation, the Konoli plantations. And these are the things. And we have two biosphere reserves also in Kerala, sir.
These Shola forests are often in news, right? So it's like, what
Yes.
is so special about them? What is so different about them?
Yes, sir. It is a area where the grasslands is also found along with the evergreen forest. And one of the issues that we face is the forest fires, and that is the main reason why the grasslands are still preserved as it is, sir.
All right. So like that's all for now. Anushka,
Thank
if you
you,
are
sir.
ready, you can please take over.
Thank you, sir.
Uh, Yes, sir. Uh, Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
So tell me, you talked about your schedule, which is very hectic. It seems you are doing a job along with that you are studying. So how are you maintaining your physical fitness? Since it is very important as a, if you become a forest officer, it is very important to stay fit.
Yes, ma'am. I was not able to continuously follow my fitness schedule, but I used to go in intermediate months. Like I had been going for 3 months past last year at during after the December, and also right now I am following gym routines, ma'am, for 3 months. So it is
Oh,
intermittent, but I am trying to make it up also.
okay, okay. And you've written in your diary that you like photography.
Yes.
So, can you tell me what kind of photography do you like or do you do usually?
Yes, ma'am. I love mainly wildlife photography, nature photography, and macro photography.
Okay. So, what do you prefer? Do you prefer a camera or a phone for
Yes,
this?
ma'am. I have a DSLR made of Canon.
Okay. So, can you tell me about like some basic good lenses for wildlife photography?
Yes, ma'am. Few of the lenses are 100 to 400 millimeter telephoto lens. That will
Hmm.
be best for wildlife. And we have higher zoom lens which goes up to 600 millimeters also, which are used by higher professionals.
Okay. Okay. So, yours is using 100 by 400.
No, ma'am. I unfortunately I just have around 55 to 250 millimeter, ma'am. I have to buy a new.
Fine. Fine. And you said that you like camera photography more than mobile photography. But these days, many phones come with very good cameras, very good pixels, resolution, everything. You can adjust the aperture and everything. So, don't you think that that is a better choice? Because in with less amount, you can get a device which not only takes good photographs, but along with that can do multiple functions.
Yes, ma'am. We can use a mobile phone for our own purpose and for posting in on social media, for example. Those functions we will be able to satisfy with mobile phones, ma'am. For when it comes to professional photography or for a magazine or a website photographies, etc., I believe, ma'am, still the DSLR or higher resolution images are required, and hence, if we require higher pixels and a image where the a huge amount of alterations can be made, it will always be preferred for a DSLR, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Sorry. Here, electrical and electronic engineering background you have. So can you tell me, like, if you become a DFO and you are running an office, so these days we are focusing a lot on green building and reducing the carbon footprint, all these things. So how will you reduce the energy footprint for your office?
Yes, ma'am. Few of the measures I believe we will be able to take is with respect to higher rating of star rating of the equipments which we bought to office. And another thing is while designing, if I will be able to design a building, I will be able to use more glasses, etc., for having natural light come inside my office. And also, if we can have a less time with respect to AC, or with using a centralized AC, we will be able to reduce the utilization. And also, if we are able to solarize the entire office building, that will also reduce effectively be used.
Okay, okay. So you told that Ladakh is like Leh Ladakh is one of your favorite places that you have visited. Now, let's say you are to visit to a mountain region. So, what do you think? What are the very essential things that you would require in case of any emergency in a mountainous area?
One of the thing I believe is the ORS, uh, uh, ORS water, because when one of my friend, when we had a trekking, she had collapsed and we didn't have the product, and I think that is one of the major most important thing. And another thing I believe is the stick or something, if we can carry, that will also help. Uh, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Uh, Thank you, Adarsh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, can
Yes,
Kshitij sir?
Rajnish sir, if you are ready, or Kshitij,
Okay, I'm taking over.
okay.
So, Adarsh, you are interested in traveling, but your state is also very popular among travelers.
Yes.
So, what are the factors which make Kerala to be very ideal tourist spot for the tourists of across the globe?
One of the factories is the Western Ghats itself, sir. It has it is very rich in wildlife, and it is also very rich in its natural beauty. And another thing is its coastal regions, which is also having multiple uh, coastal regions which have different beautiful regions, like cliffs and bays, etc. Sir. These are few things.
But don't you think there are so many other coastal regions in India? So Gujarat has one of the longest coastal region, and the Western Ghat is not only in your state, but also part of Goa and Karnataka and Maharashtra also has, the portion of Western Ghat. But what makes Kerala to be, this popular among tourists? The other places are not that popular.
Yes, sir. One of the thing which we did differently is the marketing, sir. One of the greatest advantage we got with respect to the tagline "God's own country," which had attracted multiple tourists, and also with respect to our marketing using videos and the methods like responsible tourism, eco tourism. These had attracted multiple pupils around the globe, sir.
Acha. What is the impact of tourism in your state? Can you state two positive and two negative impact of the tourism?
Yes, sir. One of the greatest positive impact is the economy. Around nearly around uh, nearly 10% of the GDP is coming from tourism and some other sectors. We can say from tourism alone, 5% of GDP around we will be able to get. And another thing is the employment opportunities in the hospitality and the uh, other sectors, which this tourism will be bringing. And two negative things are the environmental damage, which is affected by the land use policies like creating resorts, etc. And uh, another thing is I need to take a time, sir. for remembering.
Take your time. Take your time.
Thank you, sir. It is with respect to the human-wildlife conflicts that is increasing, sir. It has also contributed due to the increase in tourist incoming.
Can you explain this?
Yes, sir. The land use I was mentioning is with respect to the increase in structures that are built across the Western Ghats. That is increasingly created in the Idiki regions, Wayanad regions, etc. And the second thing is due to the increase in utilization of the buffer regions and other regions for the ecotourism activities, and also in these regions when the people are illegally constructing the tents, etc., for the tourism activities, the human wildlife conflicts are occurring, sir.
Okay, fine. You are also interested in robotics.
Yes, sir.
So, still, the robots are being used in industries for construction purpose. Sometimes we listen that robots will going to serve food in a restaurant or something like the popular uses. But what you see 10 years from now, where the robot and robotics would be in our life.
Yes, sir. One of the greatest future I can see is the swarm robotics, sir. With respect to robots communicating between each other and doing whatever which we require, sir. Another thing is the advancement in the automation industry, where we have seen the recent development like the Neuralink, where the human emotions can control our computers, sir. So these are the two things which I can remember right now. And also, if we can see the automated cars and flying cars which are being developed recently, and which where the prototypes are being developed recently. So I think these are all developments which I can remember right now.
But others, don't you think we have such a huge unemployment rate in India? And with the increase in automation and robotics, we'll be having many more unemployed youth. So is it robotics is good, and otherwise how we can mitigate this challenge of unemployment causing because of the robotics and the automation in the industries?
Yes, sir. It is a fact that there will be reduction in jobs due to the robotics, mainly in the unskilled sector, sir. But at the same time, as per the reports by the McKinsey or the IBM, it is seen that there will be huge employment opportunities in the skill sector or the software industry or the automation industry, sir. So I believe, sir, if we are able to skill the youth of our country, and if we can upskill them to a next generation technologies, I believe, sir, there will always be improvement in job opportunities rather than reductions.
Okay, fine. So, what you feel the present government, whatever it is doing to enhance the skill, and so is it sufficient or something more to be done to ensure that everybody can get the skill to get some kind of employment in their life?
Yes, sir, I believe as per the schemes that are being created from our government, it is beneficial for entire country, sir. For example, Skill India Mission, etc. But at the same time, considering the grassroots levels where the universities, the students are being passed out, I believe, sir, more things needs to be done at the grassroots levels through the industry academia linkages or through the collaboration where the students can skill themselves and educate themselves into higher technology, sir. This, I believe, sir, it should be done from the student side and from the university side rather than from a scheme from the government, sir. So I believe there should be a facilitation done by government, but at the same time, a improvement should be coming from the universities itself, sir.
Okay. So, do you know there is an act called Wildlife Protection Act 1972?
Yes, sir.
Have you read some of the sections of this act?
I can't. I haven't gone through the sections as it is.
Okay, but there is something called national parks and sanctuary and community reserve and conservation reserve. Are you aware about these four different classification of a
Yes, sir.
protected area?
Yes,
So briefly tell me what is the difference between these four protected areas?
yes, sir. National parks and wildlife sanctuaries are accorded with the highest protection. And while considering between these two, the national park has the prominent protection, highest protection, sir. And the few of the rights, all the rights are settled in the national park, while some of the rights are given in the wildlife sanctuaries, including the grazing right. And coming to the community reserve and conservation reserve, while owned and mostly controlled by government, the community reserve are totally controlled by private parties, and the conservation is done by the communities itself, sir. These are the
So, okay, fair enough. Good. So, do you have any conservation reserve or community reserve in your state?
yes, sir. One of the community reserve is in my own district, the Kadalundi Vallikunnu Community Reserve, sir.
So, please tell me something about that. How big this community reserve is? What are the speciality of this community reserve?
Yes, sir. It is a bird sanctuary also, and Kadalundi Vallikunnu Bird Sanctuary and Community Reserve. It has it is a mangrove ecosystem and a coastal region, and it has many migratory species coming into this region. And most of the mangrove species include the Heritocarpus, Avicennia, etc. Sir.
Okay. Do you have any idea how many bird species are found in India approximately?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't recall the exact number.
So, would you like to take a guess?
Sir, I unable to take
No,
a
it's
guess. It should be huge.
approximately 1,300 species are found in India.
Thank you.
Okay. Uh, so, what are the national parks you have seen other than the one you mentioned from your state?
I haven't been to any national park, but I have been to Dandeli Wildlife Sanctuary.
Okay, so what is the specialty of Dandeli Wildlife Sanctuary?
As a Dandeli Wildlife Sanctuary, it is in the Karnataka state, and one of the river called Kali Nadi flows through it, and it has one of the tourist attractions like the rafting, etc., being done. And one of the specialty I felt about it is with respect to Black Panther sightings. It is one of the sanctuary along with the Anshit Tiger Reserve, which is nearby. It is prominent for Black Panther sightings. Yes,
So,
these are the.
you spotted any Black Panther?
Unfortunately, I was unlucky to spot any Black Panther.
No issues. So, this much from my side. All the best, Adarsh. Over
Thank
to
you.
you, Kshitij.
Good evening, Adarsh.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Adarsh, so today was the voting day for the first phase of elections.
Yes,
When is the date for elections in your constituency, and which is your constituency?
yes, sir. My constituency is Ponnani, and the voting date is on 26th April, sir.
Fine. So tell me, what are some of the core issues in your constituency for which voters look up to the political parties for solutions? What are the core issues?